No, the no.
Okay. So there was a time, like, there was a time we were. Okay, is it fine now? Like there was a time, like, where like I didn't like have like literally anything, and I kept on asking myself to say, um, what kind of a man am I gonna be? You know, like when you don't have something in life and you, you keep on working so hard to get some things done and it doesn't happen the way you want it. You get super stressed and
Because it's so draining because you put yourself in it and you always expect, especially if you don't have that mental capacity or understand the situation. It's so draining.
so I think you see fear sometimes can drive you to do some certain things because now you have to put yourself to actually attain those goals that you actually want. So I remember, so I was done with school and I have to graduate and
2015,
2022, yeah, and I was done. I had to graduate and I didn't have money and I'm started thinking, okay, cool. Um, at the end of the day, I can't stay here forever. I have to like find a place to start renting, start my own life, or start to get a job. So I'm like stressed, I'm like shit, what's gonna happen? I think that's when I started doing shoe laundry. I started with a shoe laundry, and then and I started like marketing for it. Like just two people just started like bringing the shoes and like at that time I remember how much was it charging? I think I was charging 20 rand.
the pay.
Yeah, I think it was 20
No
rand.
charge of rent.
Now it depends on what type of a shoe. They're all different, like there's different types. This one's I think is like 30. This one's
You think this
I think it's 30.
making that.
Yeah,
So for 30, Air Force,
Air Force is 70. 70. And like now I have people that bring 5 pairs, 6 pairs, 10 pairs. You see, so
how long do you spend?
hmm?
How much time do you spend washing those shoes?
How much time? That's
Per pair.
per pair. Well, because I already know what to do, I've been doing it for a while. Well, I don't say quite a long time, just a few minutes. I think okay. Just let me just
It's less than 10 minutes.
one pair I cannot dictate because it depends on how dirty it is. You understand how dirty it is. So if it's not really dirty, yeah, you just like cut and you're done. So yeah. So what I'm trying to say right now is that since I had so much fear in me, it's like "Ish, this kind of thing is kind of fucking me up, and I really want to like grow as an individual, and I could see that well, like goals, man.
Yeah, I mean, this thing, I think it comes from just us being guys and we have to support.
Exactly. And also, not only goals, but where you come from, your background. That okay, cool. Your family is actually looking after you. You have to bring a change to the family. You gotta break the curse.
Sure.
And since you're actually the one that managed to get to like tertiary institution, they're expecting you to actually make it, and they don't have an idea about the predicament that might happen or that might come across with you being at that predicament.
Shut. Okay,
Sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry.
It's fine.
So now, I realized that okay, my phone is ringing. It's calling me. Oh, flip. Answer this call. Hey, hello. I'm gonna let me call you back. So, um, so for me, like the story of my life, this is how it happened. I'm just gonna try to like start from the beginning and how it happened, and maybe just do fast forward and bring you to like up to date. So when I was still in high school, I realized that I didn't have like a lot of privilege, you know. So, but you wouldn't see it because like my friends were just always there to just like fill me up with some things, yeah, and they wouldn't even mind just like, spending like a lot more money, just to make sure that we have enough to like eat. Like, the only time we can be able to see that this person doesn't really have or doesn't is it's not coming back from like wealthy family or privileged. Um, During break times, like what do you eat? You understand? What are you eating? What are you eating? You get so I was like, okay, cool, I see. And then I was like, after these, wherever I'm gonna go, I want to be far away from home because I want to learn life.
What? Okay. When you go far away from home because you have to.
I want to be independent. I don't want to rely on my family because sometimes when we are closer to home, we can always run back to home when things go south. Yeah. So exactly. When things go back, you always want to run back home. And I was like, flip. Where am I gonna go? So I was doing my applications, and so I remember UL accepted me, and my mom was like, "Oh, that's a good thing because you're gonna be closer to home, and plus you got some relatives around." I'm like, that's not where I'm going. I'm not going there. I am not going there. They're like, why? I'm like, I want to be far away from home. So I remember I applied for TUT, but it didn't. 2017.
Sure.
Yeah.
You've been out for a while.
Hey, bro. So, but I'm just glad that everything in my life happened, all the problems, all the up and downs, all the bad situations. I'm just glad because
It happens step by step.
they taught me a lot. They taught me a lot, and I have the knowledge that I have today because of. And when you face the problem the most, like you grow because obviously you don't want to go back to that. Instead, you do what? You try to prevent it from happening again. That's what. So I was like, okay, so since this is happening and I don't want to go back, so let me just go like to TUT. And that time it was a risk because TUT didn't accept me. I'm just coming here, imagine from Limpopo to here and then you're not accepted.
Manual application.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let me just give it my chance. I came, I think I spent like, when I got here, I was staying in Alexandra. So I was actually departing from Alexandra to...
From Alex to Pretoria?
Yeah, every day. Yeah, so like... Oh man, I don't know. It was actually a lot. I think, was it 80 going and coming back? I think it was 80.
40.
Yeah. And mind you, I gotta eat.
You need almost like at least 2 people.
So, and guess what they gave me when I left home? It was 1K. Oh. Within a week, it was
I've heard 1K now. You're spending.
It was crazy. So now, okay, I persisted, and there was this other guy, Khaja, he was helping me to get the applications, and he was helping me with the applications, and I think it was on Friday. I was like, my mom called me, she was like, my child, just come back home. Things aren't working out. There's somebody from my high school. She was dating Khaja, so she actually plugged me with Khaja. Because I told her that I'm going to TUT. She's like, oh, okay, I know somebody from TUT. Here's the number. You all could be communicating. Yeah, fine. Okay. Now, what happened was that it was on Friday. Then my mom called me like, hey, things aren't working out. So just come back home. You can just try again next year. In my head, I'm like, whoa. I already spent a lot to come here. Why should I go back? I can't do that. I shouldn't even. But I was considering it because I was seeing that the aftermath things are really bad. I don't have money. I'm not registered. I'm just here. I ain't got a place to stay.
So no problem.
Okay. One day we'll just I start from scratch. I'll just tell you what happened when I got to
Elaborate.
be
A
big.
normal
And
conversation.
yeah, like that one. It's a story that is touching. Trust me, and it's uplifting. And I could say it was a testimony that God really exists. Yeah, it was all God. Like it was all God. But still for another day. We'll just do part two of this one. Fine. So now, I think it was around Random that called me. He was like, "Hey, dude, you got accepted." Like, "Oh, I got accepted." Oh, nice. So that time, it didn't matter which course I got. It was a matter of getting into the university.
Be like some
I don't want to go back home, dude. I don't want to go back home. I was like, oh, I was so excited, man. And I remember I didn't even have money to like come to like Pretoria more often. Sometimes we just spend like a week without even coming to school. It was fine. As long as I'm accepted, I'll figure out. I'll figure out. I'll figure out. And then the guys that I was staying with in the attic sometimes would just give me money. And mind you, those people, they were not even my relatives. I don't know them, but it will be part of the story that I'm going to tell you that day. So now, and then my uncle from Tembisa called me was like, "Hey, dude, I heard you around. Just come and stay with me, and we'll just see what can help you." Okay, cool. I went to Tembisa and I was using a train. Okay, train it was nice. Oh, at least I'm staying with family. You know, every time I go back home, it's a home cooked meal. I'm happy for that. It was actually nice. But the problem is like the metro rail dude always getting stuck for like 1 hour. In my class, they always knew like, this guy's always late. And mind you, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. But I'm always late because of the fucking train. I was like, okay, I'm going to school, man.
And also, it was cheaper, man.
It was cheaper. But sometimes I wouldn't even buy a ticket because I don't have money to buy a ticket. I'm like, okay, everybody's doing it. Why not?
So
You get, yeah. So it was like that. I'm like, okay, this is how it is. So, but then, I think fast forward, it was June and I had to go home. Um, when I came back, so I started asking around campus, "Hey, bruh, I ain't got a place to like crash here. Can you guys plug me with something?" And I remember it was like these are the niggas from like youth league. Those niggas that really helped us. So there was a lot of place in campus where it was just like those, there was block right at campus. So those are that like unit where it was just all of them. It was not monitored that unit. It was just everybody who didn't have a place to stay, they just come and crash here. We were a lot in the room. We were a lot. Trust me. Like every day you see a new person, and you gotta make sure you take care of your stuff because if you don't want, my guy, hey, most of the stuff you gotta put them in your school bag because well, next thing you wake up and then you don't have your things, or maybe you come back from campus you don't have your things. So what I did, my toiletries, I was always going to the class with my toiletries. You wouldn't believe it. Crazy. In my backpack, there's my back. If you, I wouldn't want anybody to search my backpack because there was so many skeletons in there. There was a lot. But I was like, okay, cool. So what happened was that started staying with those niggas. It was fine. It was fine. Then fast forward, I think there was a time where I went home. When we came back, it was like after recess. I always found that like those niggas they kicked them out of that unit, and now they had to do what they had to find another place. And now it was like so hard to accommodate each and every single person, you know. So, man, it was like kind of tough at the time. So, like, what is happening? So, I think the first day we came back, we slept in Orion, and then the following day there was that nigga. He was part of the youth league, and then they were like, "Oh, fine, can you go and the guy was staying in Monito." But like, okay, and remember, Monito is only for engineering students. They're like, okay, cool, just go and stay with this guy, for as far as you guys can cope. Like, okay, cool. So we went to stay with that guy. I remember the following day after we stayed with that guy, the bus to monitor actually left us because we were not really acquainted to the schedules.
Mhm.
So we went back to what is this? We went back to Orion. Hey, those niggas were peace. We're like, guys, we told you to actually go there. Why?
Sure.
Why? Why are you back here? Because we don't have a space. No, we actually, the whole night we didn't sleep. We were just sitting down like this the whole night. The following day, we made sure that we go back. So after like a week, and then that nigga was like, guys, there's no way that you can stay with me. We're like, why? It's like, Ish, I hate to tell you this, but this wasn't my room. I was actually holding it for somebody. And that guy didn't reserve it for this month or this term. So we need to actually evacuate.
Mm.
Holy moly.
Hey,
You gotta be
another
kidding.
story.
You gotta be kidding me now. You gotta be kidding me. Why is this thing like this, dog? Why? There I was, me and my friend Romeo. It's crazy that we were always the clowns of in the class. Like everybody knew that when they come near us, we'll always talk about a funny story, and we're actually talking about like our life problems. People thought we were joking. You understand? People thought, these guys are crazy. How come they can just face this? That's because everybody was just like okay in life. You understand? They thought maybe we just like talking crazy.
You're also just joking.
Okay, so now it's like after class, it's Romeo and I were just sitting at the bench, try to figure out where we're gonna sleep that night because obviously we cannot go back there. Okay, Kada's passing by. When Kada's passing by, he's like, "Hey, how's it?" Like, I'm good. I'm always used to say I'm good, even though when I'm not good. You understand? So I was like, no, I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm not good. I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, hey, dude, hey, I ain't got a place to sleep tonight.
Accommodation.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, why didn't you tell me? And the very reason why I didn't tell him is because I didn't want to bother him. He helped me with the registration to get a course. Why should I go back and try to bother him again with a goddamn accommodation? I should just try to man up and try to find a way. But I could see that things were going south now.
You had no choice.
Mm. So I'm telling her to say, dude, this is actually happening like this. And then he was like, oh, flip, you can come and stay with me. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And remember, it was the same rest that we actually supposed to evacuate. So it was just like moving from this unit to another unit. So we went to another unit.
Another comrade at that time.
Yeah. It used to be big in politics that day. So we went to stay with him for like a year, and then the following year, I think, the main reason why, and I think most of the people don't know this story.
Mm.
Like they don't know. I think it's a matter of like not acknowledging the person. You know, Kada is the first person that actually came up with the idea of like, I would say the main reason why um, accredited accommodation is available is because of Kada.
Oh shit.
And people don't know.
Net like
They don't know.
moving campus.
Right, every accredited building that is existing is because of that name. I'll tell you the story.
But it's also evident that clubs.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna break it down because people don't realize because he was not really recognized because he was under SEO. And most of the niggas that I actually recognize they were from what? From Youth League, Sasco, or what else? Um EFF, those political parties.
YFP.
Yeah. So now, this is what happened. So, Khadra was staying with, it was the three of us, and we stayed with Khadra. We didn't have accommodation. So he was like, guys, we need to go to campus tomorrow and then try to find a way that we could talk to students about this thing of like an accommodation. Maybe we could start a strike, but just a peaceful one.
Mm.
I remember we went to campus. It was me, Khadra, this other guy called Godfrey, and Ivan,
Mm.
and also Romeo. Yeah. We went to Fountain, addressed students about the lack of accommodation, um, and then we were like, okay, today I think the addressing of the student, it happened today. They were like, okay, tomorrow if they don't do anything, we're going to start a strike, but a peaceful one instead. So, and most of the students that were there, they actually understood the motive. Like, okay, cool. They agreed. The following day, I don't know how it all happened, how the other structures happened to know what we were actually planning, and they joined forces. They were like, oh, this is a good movement. Instead,
They were supporting or against.
they were supporting the movement. It was only, what is this? It was only youth league that was not part of that strike. Yeah, no, like this the South School is youth league. They are both from ANC. Romeo and I were from what? We're from youth league. Understand? And now we jump to SEO because of her. And now we're in between. So hey, it was tough for us. The strike happened, and I remember the strike took place, and we went to building 44. Then we started like we didn't actually vandalize property. We just took some mattresses, and after we went to like what's this? We went to Mahalis, we went to Lizard. We didn't go to Orion, and then we took some mattresses, and they were like, "Oh, fine, we're going to the entrance of TUT," and then we started doing the strike right there, painting things, and some were like, "Ah, this is not effective. Let's just go to the main road there by the bridge." So we went to the main road, and some were like, "No, let's just go to town." So other group was left there, by the bridge, and some people went to town instead.
While it's little Italy,
So, but then myself, I was left with some people who left there by the bridge. But I remember I was just in the middle of the road, stopping cars from passing by. I never thought I could have that kind of a courage in my life. It was crazy. Yeah, that time I was so angry that I'm at TUT, but I don't have accommodation, and there are kids that are actually suffering like me. So I gotta do this. Ah, bruh. Hey, bruh, like, cuz we just try to come close, like, yeah, like, I was pissed, bro. I know, like, right now, I don't think I'll do it. Maybe it's because I'm not angry enough.
Yeah, I think number 5.
So, and then police came. When they came, they told us, like, guys, you better leave here. I was like, okay. So we took our things, and then now we're heading back to the entrance of TUT. So now, what we did, I remember I can't remember who was, we were dragging the mattress on the road. At that time, we're just walking in, we're walking, going back to what is this? The entrance of TUT. Now, a hippo was following us. I was like, no, guys, we're not scared. We're not scared. We're trying to convince one another we're not scared. There's this other building just by the bridge of the train. This building, I don't know what it's called, or something. Before you can get to TUT, there's this other building. Yeah.
Development.
Yes, that building. The hippo actually turned that way. I thought maybe it was going to that building. Unfortunately, they came out. They started shooting. Yeah. Didn't see us running to the train station, bro. Yo, that time when it was like, I feel like those days of Sarafina, I'm like, whoa.
Come ready.
We went to the main campus. Like when you're at the train station, technically, like you can actually jump into inside a TUT because there's this other gate. It was for a train station. So we got inside. Only to find that the niggas from Youth League, they knew that these certain people, they were the part of the strike, and actually the one that were leading the strike. And now, since we took some of the mattresses from Orion and not Orion, Mahalis and Lizard, and they were the owners of those mattresses.
During that time of the first year?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, no, it was my second year. It was my second year. It was my second year because it was like early in the year. So now I'm like, this is crazy, man. So we went there. Those niggas were actually looking for us. I'm like, damn, people are looking for us. What? Ran to monitor. Hey, bro, I was like, no, I'm not gonna get a beating because of like crazy niggas. I'm like, no. So, and then after the strike, TT shut down for like couple of, couple of, couple of weeks, almost close to a month. It was closed because they were discussing that matter, and then that's after the strike.
Again, I lead the conversation.
No, he was the one actually like working in hand with other political structures to actually come with a resolution. Yeah. So remember, he cannot be at the top to address the masses or maybe the TUT leaders because he has to like there's like a line of communication. The people that are part of like is it SFC or SRC. So he had to actually deliver the matters to them, and then they do a lot of things. You understand? Yeah. So, but then what I'm saying is that he's actually the one that had the courage to actually start the movement. You understand? And then others took over, and then it was actually an issue that was like being dealt with other political parties or with like the institution itself. And that's how the what is this the accreditation started. And I remember even when we resumed, if you're a student, you don't have a place to stay. You can just go to any building, or even if you're staying from home, you can submit your application to say, "Oh, fine, I'm staying at home," and then the amount of money that, or maybe I'm staying at the back room, the amount of money is like this, like this. So the teaching institution was actually sending everyone money to actually pay the rent. Or accommodation and food allowance, we're getting it on our own bank accounts. Understand? So yeah, and then obviously there was like a lot of lying because I know some few people, you know.
How much is the accommodation? How much did they write on the thing?
I know this other nigga from home, so this nigga actually the family was paying for him, and I think it was like less than 2K, and he claimed like 3.5.
Come on, go and pay.
You understand? So yeah, it is crazy, man. And yeah, I think that's when 2020 TT came up with this thing of staying in like accredited buildings, like this building, so many residences. And from there was like a lot of places like Madeira. There's like a lot of places, man. There's a lot of places. Right now, I can't think of any student that doesn't have a place to stay. I can't think of any.
Besides those who don't as fast
Yes. I can't think of any. That time you would have NSFAS, but still not have accommodation. That's how crazy it was. So like, damn, things happen, man. So yeah, that's just how it all went down. And
fast forward, here you are.
I mean, let's cut it outside of talking. Because
Fast forward, here you are.
yeah, fast forward, here I am, and there's still a lot that can be shared from like that point till this day or up to date.
How long have you been dating as child?
We started dating 2021. 2021. So yeah, I started staying in Club 7 in 2020. We're actually the first people to stay here. The first people to open Club 7. Yeah. And then in 2020, 2021, then that's when I met her. 2022, I'm still with the 2023, I'm still with the 2024. I'm still with
2021 beginning of the year.
yeah, April.
That's
April.
it's been 3 years around.
Yeah, close
10
close to
months.
4. Close to 4 months.
Actually, 4 years actually.
So yeah, man. And I could say
And this is Chris's story.
yeah, that's my story. Stay tuned for more story that I have to actually unpack or unfold. I have a lot.
To also have to work. I've been watching. Like that's what last time we checked it was I think on WhatsApp.
Don't worry. So how do you end the life?
Go top left.
This one. Just one press, okay.